Whatnots are an item or items that are not identified, but are felt to have something in common with items already named. Well, the Whatnot Pistol in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is surely identified by being a pistol and a Feriore gun at that, but it's unique in its own right. And let's see if this Whatnot is one that you want to add to your repertoire in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. What's up, YouTube? Zero here. And today I have a gun review of the Whatnot Pistol in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. In this video, I'll go through the overview of the Whatnot Pistol that I'm utilizing in this video. Then I'll get into some more gameplay and I'll talk about the pluses and minuses of utilizing the Whatnot. Then at the end of the video, I'll get into Fate or Hate. Is the Whatnot fated to be in the Fate Maker's inventory? Or are you going to hate it, and should you trash it immediately? Before I get into it, I do want to say if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Tiny Tina's Wonderlands content. Without further ado, let's talk about my Whatnot. Now mine's chaotic, and I have the Stoking Whatnot of the Champion. This is a Feriore gun. As mentioned before, the damage is 380 multiplied by 2. Accuracy is going to be at 54%. Handling is at 60%. The reload time is 1.3 seconds. The fire rate's at 3.66 per second. The magazine size is 17. Mine is dealing 379 damage per second of frost damage with a 17% chance. Mine's enchanted while action skill is active, increased fire damage by 50%. Literally nothing to do with the gun. Mine is minus 20% gun damage. This consumes 2 ammo per shot. And being a Feriore, it has a unique reload. Thrown weapon explodes on impact and morphs into a multi-headed Hydra companion, shooting at enemies for a duration. That's extremely important depending upon the Whatnot you have. The reload may be slightly different. So again, mine is the Whatnot of the Champion. Mine explodes on impact and turns into a Hydra companion. I know other Whatnots do not turn into a Hydra companion, so pay attention to that. The one that turns into the Hydra companion is extremely amazing. You get the Hydra companion, and so that's going to be my first benefit of the Whatnot of the Champion, is you get the Hydra companion that's going to deal damage to enemies for a duration. Of course, you're going to be shooting a lot in the chaos rounds, so you can actually spawn multiple Hydra companions on the battlefield, dealing damage to enemies. So that's absolutely epic. If you get a Whatnot that consumes multiple ammo like mine is, you're going to be going through the magazine even quicker than you would if it was only consuming 1 ammo per shot. This gun actually has a very slow fire rate compared to other pistols. So consuming multiple ammo means you're going to go through the magazine quicker. You're going to be reloading quicker, so you're going to be spawning a lot of Hydra companions, which is absolutely awesome. The gun deals a decent amount of damage, but spawning those Hydra companions and also the impact of the reload is going to be doling out a lot of damage in a shorter amount of time. Something that I don't like, a drawback of the gun, I mentioned it earlier, is the fire rate. It is very slow firing gun. Now that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, especially because it is dealing a decent amount of damage, but it is something to note. The reload time, because you are just throwing the weapon, that's your reload. It is very quick. You're throwing your weapon, you're spawning a Hydra companion, and you're getting a new gun back extremely quick. So the reload is another nice feature of this Feriore Whatnot. Now, Feriores in general can be hit or miss. There are some Feriores that just deal peanut damage and their reload isn't very good. There are other Feriores that are very good, can deal a lot of damage, and their reload is very nice. This Feriore, being a gun that spawns a Hydra companion, can deal extra damage. If you do get the Whatnot of the Champion, of course, as I mentioned previously, depending on the Whatnot, you may not get the Hydra companion, so focus on that. But now that we've talked about the pluses and minuses of this gun, the slower fire rate actually does make the recoil not too bad, and the accuracy is not too bad as well. But now that we've talked about the pluses and minuses of the Whatnot, let's get into Fate or Hate. Is this gun fated to be in the Fate Maker's inventory, or are you going to hate it, and should you trash it immediately? The Whatnot of the Champion is a decent gun. It can deal decent amount of damage, and if you get a status effect, that's even better. But it deals a decent amount of damage. On top of that, exploding on impact and the Hydra Companion allows you to do significant amount of damage to either a single enemy or hordes of enemies. This is going to be a good gun running through Chaos Chamber or just running through the normal game mode. So I'm going to fate this gun. I think you're going to love this as much as I do. So I think you should fate it as well. Well, that's the end of the video. Until next time, peace.